undone, Harry has reached his breaking point, the secrets and lies that Meghan is hiding from him. Harry believes the royal family will be desperate for revenge after his bombshell book is published. Hello, welcome to Princess Diana News. Use the YouTube channel now. While I'm not a fan of book swapping, I can't deny that it was a huge success. The memoir, which talks about Harry's experiences growing up in the royal family, sold a record-breaking 3.2 million copies in only its first week, and it has also become the fastest-selling non-fiction book ever. The success of SPA surpassed all of Harry's hopes and expectations, according to a source. He was confident it would do well, but the scale of it is just mind-blowing. But apparently in England the sentiment is quite different. Royal family members are not so happy about the memoir, and Harry's press to either, during which to rivalry with his older brother, Prince William, and he also went on to accuse the palace of leaking negative stories about him and Meghan Markle to the British media. And now apparently Harry is worried that some members of the family are going to strike back. Harry wouldn't be surprised if the royal revealed some of his deepest secrets to the media. There's so much doubt right now, the source says, adding that it's pushing Harry to breaking point. He was done with all the mind games. Meanwhile, Meghan is keeping a low profile while Harry is busy promoting the book he's working on. Other projects. According to the source now, Harry has already seen several scandalous stories and he is sure that there will be more in the future, the source explained. There are those within the company who will take every opportunity to discredit Harry, especially now that he's up against them. But in fact, there is nothing he can do about it other than dismiss these stories as lies as he understands them. It's a typical palace-wrecking struggle and a pathetic attempt to warp reality and manipulate Meghan, and I think the feeling is mutual. King Charles, along with William and Catherine, are also wary of Harry and Meghan, the same source said. The source said it was difficult for the royals to know if they could have a private conversation without it being revealed. The source also notes that some family members are so paranoid that on the rare occasion they interact with Meghan and Harry, they deliberately share false information. The source explains, they say some things that are essentially true, but contain the wrong details. When fake information comes out, they know it's coming from Harry or Meghan, and the source claims Harry definitely knows. Now Harry knew what he was doing in the book when he wrote this book change. He accuses his older brother of knocking him to the floor during a 29 argument, and he claims that William and Catherine encouraged him to wear that Nazi soldier costume to a 2005 party. Harry also admits that he was against marriage to Queen Consort Camilla, and he claims that his stepmother traded favors with the UK media, offering up some negative stories about Harry and William in exchange for positive stories about her. But reportedly, Harry has very few, if any, regrets. The first source says Harry believes these things had to be aired out, and a second source says he is relieved his story is out there. He wouldn't change a thing at this point, and he feels he held back on the really damaging stories out of respect. Now, according to the second source, Harry does feel a little bit of guilt for discussing William's concerning hairline, but the source says that about it, and a third source comes out and says that Harry actually could have revealed more and his family knows it. There were rumors circulating that Mac had skipped out on some of Harry's promotional appearances because she was concerned about potential backlash over the book, but according to sources, Meghan was happy to stay back and give Harry his time to shine. A fourth source notes from Meghan's perspective SPA tell she was a lot more hands-on when it came to their Netflix docu-series Harry and Meghan, and according to a fifth source, she even secretly had scenes filmed for the series. Harry still doesn't know how involved she was in the production, and in spite of people speculating that the two of them have gone into hiding recently, the first source claims that they're only taking a little time to catch their breath after a whirlwind few months. Released in September, Harry and Meghan was the biggest documentary debut in the history of Netflix. In March, Harry is expected to perform well, certainly better than his coaching platform as director of Impact. Whatever that means, sources say they'll have a lot to look forward to and a lot of exciting opportunities. But now that they're ready to enjoy the silence, it'll be a nice change of pace, and a lot of people are wondering, what is Harry going to invent now? Harry-Meghan Scooby Race fans kept breaking the news about the royal family. The royal family opened May Castle and Dumfries Estate in Scotland and Highgrove. They've opened these places to be warm spaces for locals who are faced with the cost of living crisis and feeling lonely and perhaps a bit cold. Now all of these properties are technically private properties. The castle was the place where the Queen Mother resided, and when his grandmother passed away, King Charles took over the castle to preserve her memory and also to help people in the community. Now Dumfries House is home to the Prince's Foundation, and King Charles bought Highgrove as a family home. This is such a generous act of kindness, and it really highlights how much the king is in touch with the struggles and the hardship that so many people right now are facing. Tragic that poor policies and greed have caused all of this to happen, but I was deeply moved by the king's generosity, which included donations to food bank and fuel bank funds, and helping people pay their electricity bills. That way, anyone struggling with their heating bills can still go to the local library, if there is one, without even worrying about how long you'll be there. They just want you to feel safe and warm. You can read the newspaper, read a book, or if you prefer, sit back and relax with your phone. Many of these places also have vending machines, and some even allow you to borrow water bottles. I have an idea. Maybe Meghan should open up the mansion to the thousands of people who cross the border every day. Isn't she a humanitarian? It will also benefit Meghan because we know she wants attention. Just imagine if she opened up her home to those who don't have a home of their own. Goodness, what positive publicity she's getting, but sadly Meghan Markle is not a humanitarian. She is so selfish. She had pretended to be human just to catch Harry, and now that she had him, why was she pretending? Meghan was wrong. She is a woman and always will be. I mean, they don't do anything to help their charity at all. They are just fake. They never do anything alone. They just steal other people's foundations or work. For example, Chef Andreas Kitchen. They send about $1,000 and suddenly consider it their property. The same thing happened with the Coven vaccines, and the same thing happened with the playground. They raised $1,300,000 in donations and donated $3 million to existing successful foundations, but the point is that Meghan and Harry are not lifting a finger. You don't do anything. They do not give them food. You don't get a hammer to build anything, so keep the remaining $1 million for spending. What are they talking about? King Charles also handed out a £600 bonus to each of his staff out of his own pocket. He did it only to help them pay a little bill, and promised to put his far wind to good use. Ian has always been a very generous guy, but I think he's really up to his game now. King Charles seems to understand the people's struggle better than the government or the Prime Minister. I think the king will continue to treat them his way, and when the time comes, he will trust him. What do you think of the king's side? Give me your opinion in the general section below, and we can discuss King of S2. If you find my video useful, please don't forget to like it and share it to everyone who appreciates it. Subscribe to the Princess Diana News channel now to watch more videos from our team. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.